Hey everybody. Excuse me. Not a very nice thing to do as soon as I start a video. Sorry about that. This is just an introduction video to my channel. I'm going to give a brief synopsis of what my channel is going to be about and kind of like an outline. But it's not going to be about one thing in particular. I mean, I want to share my life, my past, present, and future. It's been rough going up until the past couple of years. Had a hard childhood, married very young to somebody that didn't want to be married. Proceeded to have 4 gorgeous children that I adore. The marriage didn't work out. We stayed separated more than we were together. I had no skills. Ended up losing my kids multiple times, fighting to get them back. Couldn't afford to take care of them by myself. Had no help with that. And things got progressively worse. I developed an opiate addiction to try to drown the pain out and cope with my reality. And I'll say this, you guys, any addict, nobody wakes up and decides they want to be an addict. It is a symptom of the real problem, which is a broken heart for some reason, whatever that reason is. Spent over 20-something years in active addiction. Had a very violent life. My sister was sex trafficked, and I found her, and we fled our home. It's really amazing story, and I want to give God all the glory because the things He brought us through and brought me through is incredible. My first husband died in it was a murder by auto accident, intentional. And then I got married again. My second husband, he committed suicide. And this is years in between. And then I ended up marrying one more time and divorced pretty quickly because I realized that I don't even remember half of it. I was so traumatized by everything that had happened. Lost my first husband, watched my kids grieving that as well. Lost my second husband. My dad died at the same time as my first husband, 3 months apart. And he was young. He was just 56. And then also growing up in charismatic, my dad and my mom were very much against word of faith, but a lot of their beliefs tied into the charismatic word of faith and some NAR nonsense, and they didn't even realize it. You know, that's the thing about deception. You don't realize it. That's why it's so important to pray that the Lord reveal truth to you. But sadly, a lot of Christians don't want the truth because it means they've believed a lie all their life, and some practices they've been doing, they don't want to stop. And that's very sad, you know. But I'm going to dive into that much deeper. It was 3 years ago that I finally came across Justin Peters' Clouds Without Water on YouTube. And it made me angry at first. But I thank God for that man and his ministry and ministries like Chris Roseborough, Long for Truth, and Messed Up Church with Stephen Kozar. And I prayed for truth all the time, and the Lord led me to truth. But anyway, so after that was 2019, we left the state because the situation with the trafficking of my sister was so dangerous. Ended up having to get a whole identity change because of it. And I was in safe housing for almost 4 years, waiting on all this to at least get to a safe place where I could leave the safe house and work. They didn't even want me going to Walmart, you guys. It was really bad. And then, you know, I ended up finally, through everything, having a great relationship with my children. That was restored. And now I live on an off-grid homestead with one of my daughters and my wonderful son-in-law that I love so much, and my little granddaughter. My oldest daughter and her husband that I adore have 2 boys, and they're really young, both under 3 or 3 and under. And then I have another daughter in South Dakota and a son in Tucson that I love, and we have a good relationship. So anyway, I've been single for 5 years and going through this whole journey and putting my life back together after so much trauma and heartbreak, and longing to be right with the Lord and have a relationship with the Lord. And I couldn't get past the lies. I knew something wasn't right. And I just thought I was doomed for hell. I just thought I couldn't be saved. But I found the truth. And I just want to share my story with you guys. And on top of that, I also clean houses. I'll be talking about stuff like that, my experience with that. I've done that for years. Always had great experience with it. Done well at it. And I'm also a German Shepherd, AKC registered German Shepherd breeder. And I love to train them, and I'm working towards the goal of being a protection trainer. So I want to share that journey with you guys as well. But like I said, the channel is not going to be about any one particular thing. It's going to be, say hi Titus. There's Titus and Tova. It's not going to be about one particular thing, but just my life as a whole. And maybe, you know, maybe people will learn from my mistakes, find encouragement, and above everything else, hear the gospel. So, the true gospel with the true Jesus. So, I love you guys. I'll be posting videos, and I'll talk to you guys soon.